Let's talk about varying arguments or changing number of arguments. At times we might want to pass values of same type as arguments and we might not know how many of them. Classic example is each employee having a different number of phone numbers. In that scenario, we can leverage the concept of varying arguments. The parameter which accepts varying arguments should have star at the beginning. Example is star phone numbers. As part of the function body, the type of the parameter will be tuple. So the type of phone numbers will be tuple. However, depending upon the type of each element, the type of the elements in the tuple will be determined. In our case, phone numbers will be passed as strings and hence each element in our phone numbers is of type string. That being said, you can actually create the function with parameter which accepts varying arguments before the regular argument. However, this will automatically become keyword argument. You just have to pass employee IDs using keyword arguments when you define the function like this. You cannot pass employee IDs without the keyword employee ID while invoking this function. Let us create this function with the phone numbers as first parameter and employee ID as second parameter, and then let me try to run this. I am passing all the arguments by position. However, it failed because it could not determine whether one belongs to employee ID or phone numbers. Even this one will fail if you try to pass arguments as keyword arguments for both employee ID and phone numbers. It will fail because if a parameter is accepting varying number of arguments, we cannot pass the argument as a keyword argument. In this case, we are trying to pass phone numbers as a keyword argument to phone numbers parameter, and it is saying that got an unexpected keyword argument phone numbers. So this is not acceptable when you are trying to pass arguments for the parameter which will accept varying number of arguments. However, this will work. In this case, we are passing phone numbers like this and then employee ID using keyword, and hence it will work. And you can see the output as well. Now I am redefining the function with the employee ID as first argument and phone numbers as second argument. This is how you typically see those functions which will actually accept varying keyword arguments or varying arguments. The parameter which accepts varying arguments will come after the parameters which are mandatory. In this case, employee ID is mandatory parameter and phone number is the parameter which will accept varying number of arguments at a later point in time. As part of the body of the function, I am actually printing length of phone numbers, type of phone numbers, and also type of each phone number, which will be string. We are only picking up one phone number, that's why I have off 0 like this. Tuples can be accessed using index like this. Don't worry if you don't understand too much about tuple, collection, list, etc. at this time. We have ample amount of sections and topics at a later point in time. For now, just understand that we are using this piece of code to print the type of one of the elements. And then you can actually print the phone numbers and then the rest of the business logic to get the invalid count of the phone numbers for the given employee ID, and you should be able to see the output of these print statements here. Length of phone numbers is 2, type of phone numbers is tuple, type of one of the phone number is string, and this is the representation of the tuple. You typically see the tuple in circular brackets. If you don't understand much about tuple, ignore for now. We will see those details at a later point in time. Let me print this. You can also pass the varying arguments like this. So if you have variable by name phone numbers which have tuple, then you can actually pass it like this. It will work. This can also be a list. So let me change it to list. It will automatically convert into tuple when we use star while passing it. So I have created phone numbers as list. Now I am passing it as argument with the star at the beginning. The list automatically converted to tuple. You can see the details here. This is how you should be able to define the functions which will take varying number of arguments for some of the parameters and also invoke them in different ways.